R. Lee Ermey was not just a Hollywood actor, he was a Marine, a veteran, and a symbol of discipline. To many, he was Gunnery Sergeant Hartman, the terrifying drill instructor from Full Metal Jacket, but his life was far more complex than that single role. Ermey's journey from a rebellious Kansas farm boy to a respected Marine, and later to a famous actor and military advocate, reflects a life shaped by conflict, loyalty, and relentless determination. He was a man who believed in honor and respect above all else, and he carried that belief into every role he played and every public appearance he made. Yet, beneath his tough exterior was a person who cared deeply for family and veterans and who remained deeply proud of his military service. This is the story of a man who became a legend and the truth behind the anger he carried toward one Hollywood figure. From farm life to a troublesome youth, born Ronald Lee Ermey on March 24, 1944, in Emporia, Kansas, he grew up on a farm near Kansas City before his family moved to Toppenish, Washington. As a young man, he was restless and often found himself in trouble with the law. His rebellious behavior led to multiple run-ins with police, and he eventually faced a choice between prison or the military. Choosing the Marine Corps, he enlisted in 1961 at just 17 years old. This decision changed the direction of his life, offering structure and purpose he had previously lacked. The military transformed him, shaping him into a disciplined and commanding figure. His early experiences in the Corps laid the foundation for the persona that would later define his acting career. The Marine lifestyle gave him a sense of identity and belonging that he carried throughout his life. A decade of service and sacrifice. Ermey served in the United States Marine Corps for over a decade, including a tour in Vietnam in 1968. Stationed at Chu Lai with Marine Wing Support Group 17, 3rd Marine Amphibious Force, he earned respect for his leadership and dedication. The harsh realities of war and military discipline forged his stern personality and unwavering commitment to duty. He was eventually promoted to Staff Sergeant before being medically retired in 1972 due to injuries sustained during service. His military career was not just a job, it was the foundation of who he became. In 2002, the Marine Corps honored his lifelong commitment by granting him an honorary promotion to Gunnery Sergeant, a rare and meaningful recognition. This honor reflected both his service and his continued advocacy for the military community. A new path from criminology to cinema. After leaving the Marines, Ermey pursued studies in criminology at the University of Manila in the Philippines. It was there that he first became involved in film, working as a technical advisor on war-related productions. His experience and authenticity made him a valuable asset on set, and he quickly became known for his ability to bring realism to military portrayals. His first significant screen role came in Francis Ford Coppola's Apocalypse Now, 1979, where he served as both advisor and actor. Yet his breakthrough came in 1987 when he joined Stanley Kubrick's Full Metal Jacket. Originally hired only as a technical consultant, Ermey's audition tape impressed Kubrick so much that he was cast as Gunnery Sergeant Hartman. The role changed his life, earning him a Golden Globe nomination and cementing his place in cinematic history. The birth of an icon, Gunnery Sergeant Hartman. Ermey's performance in Full Metal Jacket became legendary. His brutal improvisational tirades and intense drill instructor persona gave the film its most unforgettable moments. His voice and delivery became instantly recognizable, and the role set a new standard for military characters in cinema. Ermey didn't just act the part, he lived it. The intensity of his performance was rooted in his real military experience, which allowed him to bring authenticity and authority to the screen. The role became a cultural phenomenon, and defined his career. After Full Metal Jacket, Ermey continued to appear in more than 60 films, including Mississippi Burning, Dead Man Walking, Seven, Saving Silverman, and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. He also voiced the beloved character Sarge in the Toy Story franchise, showing his versatility beyond tough guy roles. A life beyond acting, military advocacy, and public service. While many actors enjoy fame, Ermey remained dedicated to the military community. He hosted TV shows such as Mail, Call, and Lock and Load with R. Lee Ermey on the History Channel, educating viewers about military history, weapons, and tactics. His charisma and authenticity made these programs popular among veterans and civilians alike. He also took part in USO tours and visited troops overseas, showing that his connection to the military was not just professional, it was personal. He spoke at veteran events and supported causes that helped servicemen and women. His commitment to the military community became a defining feature of his public life. Even as his fame grew, he remained loyal to the core, and his voice became a symbol of strength and patriotism for many Americans. A marriage built on strength and loyalty. Ermey married Neela in 1975, and their relationship became a central part of his life. The couple met while he was stationed in the Philippines during his Marine service, and their love grew despite the challenges of military life. Neela, originally from the Philippines, moved to the United States and became a stabilizing force for Ermey during his transition into acting. Together, they raised 4 children and built a close, loving household. Despite Ermey's intense public persona, family members described him as warm and caring at home. He valued his role as a father and husband above all else, and his family remained his priority throughout his career. Their marriage lasted 43 years, and Neela stayed by his side until the end, showing a level of devotion rare in Hollywood.
The man who hated Chevy Chase. Despite his disciplined nature and professional reputation, Ermey harbored a deep resentment toward one Hollywood figure, Chevy Chase. According to sources and anecdotes, Ermey disliked Chase more than anyone else. Their animosity was rooted in their clashing values. Ermey valued loyalty, respect, and humility, qualities shaped by his Marine background. Chase, by contrast, was often seen as arrogant and difficult, known for conflicts on Saturday Night Live and in Hollywood circles. The turning point came at a late 1990s event, where Chase reportedly mocked Ermey's military service and questioned whether acting in war films counted as real acting. For Ermey, this was a personal insult to everything he stood for. The remark fueled his anger and became a long-lasting source of resentment. He later made public comments suggesting he had more respect for a cockroach in a foxhole than for Chase, reflecting how deeply the insult affected him. A clash of ideals. Patriotism versus celebrity culture. The conflict between Ermey and Chase also represented a broader clash of values. Ermey aligned with patriotic and conservative themes, often participating in USO tours and veteran outreach programs. Chase, on the other hand, was known for his political activism and criticism of American institutions. Ermey viewed this as hypocrisy and disrespect toward the military and those who serve. Their differences were not only personal, but philosophical. Ermey believed in honor, discipline, and duty. He saw the military as sacred and felt that public figures should show respect towards servicemen and women. Chase's behavior represented everything Ermey rejected: entitlement, arrogance, and a lack of appreciation for sacrifice. Even near the end of his life, Ermey remained firm in his feelings. In one of his final interviews, he refused to name Chase directly, but made it clear he would never work with him. Final years, illness, death, and a hero's burial. On April 15, 2018, R. Lee Ermey died at age 74 in Santa Monica, California, due to complications from pneumonia. His passing was met with an outpouring of tributes from fans, colleagues, and the military community. Known for his iconic roles and unwavering support for veterans, Ermey left behind a powerful legacy. His funeral was held months later to allow for military honors and arrangements. On January 18, 2019, he was buried at Arlington National Cemetery, a fitting tribute to a man who served his country with distinction. The ceremony included full military honors, with a rifle salute, flag presentation, and the playing of taps. The Marine Corps and many fans praised his lifelong dedication to service and his role in portraying military life authentically. His legacy continues through his films, his advocacy, and the respect he earned from generations of veterans and civilians. Conclusion: a life defined by duty and truth. R. Lee Ermey was more than a tough on-screen character. He was a Marine who lived by a code of honor, a family man, and a veteran advocate. His journey from rebellious youth to iconic actor shows how discipline and purpose can transform a life. Yet he never forgot what mattered most: respect for service, loyalty to his family, and authenticity in everything he did. His hatred of Chevy Chase was not simply personal. It represented his refusal to tolerate disrespect toward the military or the values he held dear. In the end, Ermey's legacy is not only his unforgettable performances, but also the example he set as a man who remained true to his beliefs until the very end. His life was a testament to the power of courage, commitment, and the unwavering strength of the human spirit.